Okay, so we have been covering linear equations and now we are going to solve quadratic equations. Now, what is the difference between linear and quadratic equations? Well, here is a linear equation. And as you can see in linear equations, the exponent of the variable is 1. Okay. Now, in quadratic equations, the exponent of the variable is 2. There we go. The variable of the exponent is 2. So basically what we can infer is that the exponent determines the name of the equation. So when the variable of the exponent equals 1, it is a linear equation. When the variable of the exponent equals 2, it is a quadratic equation. And the exponent also determines the number of roots. Okay, so a linear equation has one solution for x. Quadratic equation has 2 roots, or 2 solutions for x, okay? So that is just some background knowledge on the subject. Now, let's solve a quadratic equation. Okay, so we have x squared plus 5x plus 6. First, we're going to make sure that the equation is in standard form, which it is, okay? And then now we're going to write out our map to solve quadratics. So we want to just write out the coefficients. I think it just makes it a lot easier for you to know what numbers to plug into the factor map, especially once we start using harder numbers. So the coefficient for A is 1, B is positive 5. I want you to get used to using the signs too, okay? And then positive 6. Okay, great. Now let's draw our factor map. Okay, great. All right, so in the top box, we want to do A times C, okay? So A times C is going to be positive 6 because it is 1 times positive 6, okay? B is going to go in the bottom. We have plus 5. Okay, great. So we need to multiply A. So we need to find the factors of A times C that add up to B, okay? So I just start listing the factors of positive 6 in order to find out what our numbers are going to be, okay? So let's see. Positive 6 can be multiplied by positive 6 plus 1. That, when added together, does not equal 5, so I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to cross that one off. We're not going to use that one. Okay, so next I'm going to do positive 2, positive 3. Okay, both of those when multiplied together equal 6. When added together, they equal positive 5. So those are going to be my numbers. And then according to the factor map, the same number that went down here is just going to go up here, okay? So we're just going to rewrite those up here. Okay, great. The way to use the factor map is we are going to work backwards from the chart and split B into 2 factors, okay? So here is our equation. Using the factor map, we're going to put these 2 as the 2 terms that make up B, okay? Okay, so that's what it should look like. And then we're just going to drop down the C, drop down x squared, and we're left with this new equation, okay? So we're going to group these new equations, okay? It's going to be this one, okay? So we're going to have x squared plus 3x times 2x plus 6. So we're going to want to pull out the greatest common factor from either one of these. Make sure that these 2 numbers match or you have made a mistake, okay? And this is going to be one factor. And then this is going to be the other factor, okay? So we're going to have x plus 2, x plus 3. Set both equations equal to 0 to solve. X equals negative 3, x equals negative 2, and then that is going to be our answer. All right, great. So we're going to do another problem right here, okay? Here we are given these two factors, and the question is asking us which steps are, or the question is asking us to solve, okay? So which steps are already done for you? We have already broken down the quadratic equation into its factors. So all of the heavy lifting is done. We just need to set the two equations equal to 0 now, okay? So we have x minus 2 equals 0, and then we have x minus 3 equals 0, okay? So you're going to add 2 to both sides, x equals positive 2, add 3 to both sides, x equals positive 3. Okay, great, and then we're done. It's so easy. All the work was already done for you, so you just set the two factors equal to 0 and then solve. Final question that we're going to go over to kind of finish up. So in this one, we have y squared plus 9 equals 10y. Now, why is this equation unfamiliar to you? Probably because it is not in standard form, and you are used to seeing quadratic equations in the following form, right? This is called standard form. You can't really solve it until you put it into standard form, so let's get this into standard form, okay? So I'm going to subtract 10y from both sides. I'm going to get y squared minus 10y equals, y squared minus 10y plus 9 equals 0, okay? Great, so now we're in standard form. We're good. So first, we're going to assign coefficients, their values, okay? So a equals 1, b equals negative 10, c equals positive 9, okay? Write out our factor map. We have a times c up here, b down here, our two values. Both of these are going to be the same number. And then, there we go. Okay, great. So a times c is positive 9. So positive 9 is going to go up here. And then b is negative 10. So we're just going to put negative 10 down here. All right, so I'm going to start writing out the factors. For positive 9, that when added equal negative 10. Okay? So let's see, we can do negative 9, negative 1, and negative 9 times negative 1 gives us positive 9, but when added together equals negative 10. So I think these are the two factors that we're going to use, okay? So we're going to do negative 9 because the larger one always goes on the left, negative 1, and then over here it tells us to do the same number, so we're just going to put the same number up here. Okay, great. So now we're going to follow so now we're going to work backwards from the chart and split b of x into the two factors, okay? So we have y squared minus 10y plus 9, and we're going to get negative 9y minus 1y, okay? So we get y squared minus 9y, because I'm just dropping this one down, plus 9. Okay, we're going to group these, okay? There we go. You get y squared minus 9y minus 1y plus 9. Okay? So we are going to take out a negative 1, and we'll have y minus 9. And then on this side, we're going to do y minus 9. Okay, great. So both of these match, so we know we have not made a mistake, okay? And this is going to be one of them, remember? And then this is going to be the other, okay? Set both equations equal to 0. And we have y equals 1 and y equals 9. So these are the two values that when plugged into the quadratic equation y squared minus 10y plus 9 gives us 0. All right, that's it for today. Thanks.